Hello everyone, we're Team E and M, and my name is Shilu Yan, and I'm going to take care of the inventory management.
My department is marketing.
And I am Kuladech. I'm taking care of our financial department. And we're gonna start our presentation now.
Yes, in our presentation, it includes our overall business strategy, and the second part is financial management, and the next is inventory analysis and marketing management, and our technical analysis is separated in our each part, and the final is a takeaway. And in our overall business strategy, at the beginning, we tried to figure out how to process the simulation by our own knowledge and guides. And our financial marketing strategy is to emphasize on high contribution margin rather than sales revenue. Therefore, our team set up the price slightly higher than the market price. And it can be include two sub-points. The first is periodically adjust the price to see change the contribution margin. And then next is evaluating the process total cost of a product, not only cost of goods sold, but also logistic cost to be relevant information before setting price. And the next is operational excellence strategy. Both internal and external is another key to success. And in addition, making the stock fulfilled all time, try to avoid out of the stock situation that lead to opportunity to lose sales and maintain customer satisfaction level. And another is creating dashboard to monitor the performance closely. In the next, you can see these two chart. You can see our game one, the sales revenue is almost $1.4 million, and in the game two, we pretty much $1.6 million is improve 9% percentage of between these two games. So we're getting better and for the next round. And for our net income, is increased the 29%. So that makes our profit is higher than before. And the next is the financial management.
Okay, so in financial management part, I set up my goals for this game is to make sure that the total cost of products are precise and to prevent the loss on each transaction from the merchandising. And another goal is to prevent the scarcity of cash in bank accounts. So monitoring the bank cash account is one of the goals that we have to do. So my strategy is to support the other departments. So I had to figure out the logistic cost, which is include the purchasing cost from the suppliers and distribution cost to regional warehouses, and combine with the cost of goods. So then we will know the total cost per unit for each product. And then another one is to find out the minimum cash in bank account to be the trigger point for another department, especially for the inventory manager, to know the situation of the cash on hand. First, I would like to talk about the total cost of products. We know that from the game, like the purchasing cost from the supplier to main warehouse is 1,000 per shipment, and the distribution cost to regional warehouses is cost for 100 per shipment. So what we need to do is to find out the average shipping amount in terms of units to calculate the average logistic cost per unit by using goods movement report in Microsoft Excel. From this chart, we can say that the cost per unit that we use to move the goods from supplier to main warehouses is cost $0.67 per unit. and here are the cost of distribution per unit from the main warehouse to each regions. However, as we can set up the price just only for one price to implement for all region, so we have to find out the one number that can compensate the cost for all regions. So I use a weighted average cost to be the representative of this cost, which is $0.18 per unit to move the goods from main warehouse to each region. Then after I get the weighted average shipping cost per unit, which is $0.18, so I calculate the total cost of each product, which is shown in this table. First, we have cost of goods sold and include with purchasing cost from supplier and shipping cost to regional warehouses. Here are the total cost per unit for each product, as you can see in this table. And next is about the bank cash amount monitoring. So to prevent the scarcity of cash for our business, so we have to find out what is the minimum cash in bank account that we should have. So my assumption is the cash in our bank account can be able to purchase our maximum inventory for one round, which is 4,000 units. So I gather the inventory level set up by the inventory manager to calculate the minimum cash on hand. And here are the number for the minimum cash level for each game. The first game is $1 away from 180 grands, and for the second game is around $500 less from the first game. So what is the meaning for this this minimum cash level? The inventory manager will realize that he cannot purchase the maximum order for 4,000 units unless cash on hand is more than the minimum level, or he can reduce, or he has to reduce the size of purchasing order, which is maybe less than 4,000 units. And here's the chart that we use to monitor during the game. You can see the red. If the blue line is lower than the red line, which is mean that we have the cash account lower than the minimum level that we set up. So, and you can see that when times goes, our cash on hand is increased over the time. And here's a technical analysis that I use as a financial manager. First, about the logistic cost analysis. So I use a goods movement report to find out how many units in each route that the goods are shipped. As you can see in this table, using derived sales in Excel and using pivot table to figure out how many average units from supplier to DC, from main DC to each regions, how many average units, and then I can calculate the average cost per unit, as you can see in detail. And then to find out the representative cost, I use a weighted average shipping cost per unit. I find out the total unit shipped in each region from the main warehouse and calculate the portion, how many percentage from main warehouse to north, which is 37% to north, 38% to south, and 24% to west. And then I use this portion multiply by the shipping cost per unit and sum of them together. Then I will get the weighted average shipping cost per unit. And also for the minimum cash on hand, at first I calculated minimum cash level for each product, which is minimum stock level multiplied by the total cost of product, and then I use a summation for all of the products, and then I can get the level that I would like to set into my chart. And then next is about the strategy of the inventory management?
Yeah, for our inventory goal, we decide to keep every market have enough inventory and refill the product on time, and never do not let the customer waiting for the product. When the product almost sold out, the next product refill can be refilled soon. And also, when I order the product, I must check my inventory because it cannot be over the inventory. It can be charged over 300 euro for pay over the inventory. Also, we want to our market become a healthy market that do not push too many products in the market. Our serve the product that market necessary. For our transportation, we decide to reduce the transportation times because every time we refill the inventory, it's gonna be charged over $1,100 for only pay the transportation fee. This during the round, we have to calculate as soon as possible for the specialized product in the specific market, and then we can distribute the good product for a correct market. And for our challenge, it can be include several points. And the first is distributing the product for each market. We have to distribute the product on time, and also must calculate the days before I order the product. The shipping days is 3 days, and I must monitor the market sales before I order the product. It is a reason that our team lose the last round game because for the late inventory. More importantly, separating the product for specific market is the key for win. In the next, we must forecast the inventory and each market, and before every round started. At the beginning of the simulation, we do not realize any information of the market. Then we separate 6 type of product equally to the market, just like chart 1 you can see. And for our chart 2 is showing the in the game 1, game 1 round 3 is sales volume in each market, and we can see we're selling very good in the north. So we forecasted put the more product in the north next game. It's just like the chart 3. And in the chart 4 that I make the mistake because I think north market is our best market for all the products. So we refill more milks and other products in the north. The result is we lost that game because it's more inventory and more product at the market. The sales volume can go very. We choose the pull strategy because it is simpler and involve least risk because it's just taking the customer to come to the product. And the push strategy is kind of the involving taking the product directly to the customer. So this is the reason why we choose the pull strategy. The simulator will be delivery the balance between the target quantity and the current stock quantity at each local storage every time according to your selected scheduled days. If there is enough stock in the local storage, then no transfer is generated for the local storage. If the main warehouse does not have enough stock to meet a need, available stock will be divided proportionally according to the generated stock transfer for each rational storage location, such that ones with a larger gap between current and the target stock will receive more transfer. And also, we refill the product to inventory very often. We do not refill the product to the inventory very often because the high transportation fees. And also, each round are connecting, so we have to prepare next round inventory before the previous round end, and then we have enough inventory for sale at the next round begin. So that's all the inventory management. So next can be the marketing part.
Now I would like to talk about the goals, challenges, and strategies for our marketing department. The goals for marketing is to adapt the prices for each item based on the sales condition and the inventory report that my teammates given to me. Also, feedback to inventory department is important. More time, I have to provide a price that include logistic costs, material costs, and the profit to calculate my price. For challenges, I have to make decisions for prices very fast in each round, followed by market sales. Also, I have to consider and come up with a best price list in order to maximum our profit. It also called price tolerance, which means that a customer will buy a product at a certain price at max, and nothing over that. We can find price tolerance by looking at when we Yeah, I know. I just made a mistake. I think we had edit. Just cut the. I'll start it. Okay.
Okay, so we have to record again.
No. You guys can keep that. Just skip my, just delete the.
Oh, we can do that, right?
Yeah, we can edit. 我接着录就行了，把那个打开，我接着录。
I don't know how to do that, you know?
We will try that later. I forgot to change the slides.
Ready?
For our challenges, I have to make decisions for prices very fast in each round, followed by market sales. Also, I have to consider and come up with the best price list in order to maximum our profit. It's also called price tolerance, which means that a customer will buy a product at a certain price at max and nothing over that. We can find price tolerance by looking at when we sell a product and compare them to previous price and identify when we can maximum the amount of sales and customers. Another challenge is to prepare a data table for previous round's price and find any outlier prices. The outlier prices means that lower our sales revenue or make our inventory becoming higher and higher. After comparing each round price, come up a new price list for next round. During simulation, for my job, I have to calculate the sales report. When I got the data like this chart, I have to determine which products are our main products, because those products can create more profit than others. So we have to take care of them. For example, in first simulation, our milk price is keeping higher and higher until fifth round. The reason for us to continuously increase the prices is because we have loyalty customers. Although we're keeping higher prices on milk, there is always a lower inventory for milk, which means we have a best sales on milk. Also, each round price are listed, and we can find the sales revenue for each product. Those two volumes help us to determine our price because we know the sales and price for each round. So if the sales lower, we can get the price range by comparing previous round data. We found that in order to increase our profit, we will slowly increase prices by 50 cents, and that makes our team profit increase continuous. For the technical analysis, pivot table also helps me a lot. Not only focus on sales and price, net value for each product is important to us due to the shipping phase and inventory phase. By using pivot table, I can try to get a price list that can give us more profit and lower shipping and inventory costs. So far, I just tried to find it by changing prices. Another technical analysis is about price tolerance. Price tolerance are very important when setting prices and maintaining customers. According to simulation 1, we are able to find the max prices at which a customer will buy our product. The more we go over those price tolerances, the more customers we will lose. Keeping our price below the price tolerance is important to maintaining customers and having a loyalty customers. Here is the price tolerance we found so far. Milk for 28.99 cents, cream for 75, yogurt 33, cheese 88.50, butter 65.50, ice cream 47.99. Here is the takeaways from class. Shortage of stock is one of the most relevant reasons for lower revenue and net income. Therefore, inventory needs to be fulfilled all the time, as soon as possible. Price elasticity tells us how is the relationship between product price and the contribution margin for the business. In each round, trying to adjust the price slowly and using dashboard to see contribution margin trend for each product is a good way to find out the optimum price. Find price tolerances that customers could accept. Minimum the cost of goods movement is another way to increase profit. For example, refill inventory twice a round to reduce the transportation costs. Forecasting the market capacity to distribute the product in necessary market. And that's all our presentation. Thank you.